up? Mm-mm-mm. What is going down, man? What is going down? Steelers, man. There's crazy reports about our man, old Aaron Rodgers, at it again. I just, I'm over it. I'm over it, man. I'm over it. That he is, this is why we don't need him for the stuff that's going on right now. This is why. Like why Aaron Rodgers is offering himself to the Rams. Like the Rams have a quarterback. And don't tell me that the report, they're just, where there's smoke, there's fire. He's put it out there. I mean, through his agent or whoever, he's put it out there. That's where he wants to go. And I'm just like, they have, what's up, man? Like, they have a quarterback already. Like, that's why the Steelers don't need Aaron Rodgers. That's literally why we don't need him. All the drama and everything that's associated with it. I'm just like, come on, man. It's just wanting to go to LA. Do they want you? It's crazy. It's just crazy. So, yeah, that's why we don't need Aaron Rodgers, man. Just all the drama, everything that comes with it. You know, just the nonsense. It just don't want it. Don't want it. Don't want it. And that doesn't mean that I'm just satisfied and happy with who we got, but it just means I don't want that. That's all that means. I just don't want that. But we'll see. We'll see. Let me grab this. Y'all are going to make me have to cut some people out of here, and there's only a few of you even in here. But yeah, just no need for Aaron Rodgers, man. No need to even indulge in that drama. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need that. We don't need that in our life. We got enough problems. We don't need to create our own by having a drama-filled quarterback. And apparently it's him and Devontae are a package deal. So if they're a package deal, then I'll pass. Because I would want Devontae, don't get me wrong, but I'm not willing to take Devontae if we have to take Aaron Rodgers. I'm out on that. I am 100% out on that. So I can tell you that right now. No Aaron Rodgers for me. No Aaron Rodgers. So it's Tomlin and Khan's fault for not having a stance on a QB. What kind of stance are you talking about? Tell me what you're talking about. So I'm not even saying that I disagree, but you mean a stance on not having a quarterback. I don't know what that means. Oh, man. Fields or Stafford. I mean, the thing about Stafford, 2 second-round picks and a pick swap for the first round. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not that opposed to it. What's going on, Cincinnati? I'm originally from Louisville. I'm not that opposed to it. So, well, I mean, I think they got to figure that out. You're right, Jason. They got to figure out, do you want a pocket passer or do you want a mobile guy? And first of all, pocket passers doesn't mean that they can't throw, or a mobile quarterback doesn't mean that they can't throw from the pocket or vice versa. You just don't want a statue. That's all. You just don't need a statue back there. So, but yeah, there's no way you give $30 million a year, or not 30 million, a first round pick. $30 million for Stafford is a bargain, but you're not going to give him a first round pick, not for a 37-year-old. No way. No way. And the Steelers waiting for Fields, I mean, I would have a deadline. Look, do you want to be here or do you not? And if you do, great. Let's get something done. If you don't, great. Thank you for your services. But you shouldn't be held hostage by Justin Fields. That would be my thing. Like, there's no way I would be held hostage by Justin Fields. Like, if he doesn't want to be here, okay. And if he does, then I need to know right now. But we're not going to keep going back and forth with you. I just need to know, what do you want to do? You know, and if you want to be here, we want you to be here. But if you don't want to be here, okay. But don't give me this, well, I don't know, I'm going to go search, and which is he's free to do. Nobody's saying that he can't go out and look for another deal or a better deal or whatever deal he's looking for. Nobody's saying he can't do that. But if I'm the Steelers, I don't get held hostage. I don't get held hostage by that. So, look, this is what we got. This is what we want. And go from there. But will the Steelers do that? I don't know. I mean, they might just sit on it for a while. But the one person that I know that I am out on is Russell Wilson. I don't want Russell Wilson. I don't want Russell Wilson. I mean, now, don't get me wrong. I may not have a choice because if the Steelers bring him back, it is what it is. I mean, I don't get to make those decisions. But if you're asking me, I would say no.
All right, welcome back to the collective with Bob Sense and McMahon. McMahon, we're here in Los Angeles. And,
I wouldn't say that Fields was playing. He was playing okay. He was playing okay. Better than average. He was playing better than average. He wasn't playing just some outstanding football. That's not true. But look, he can be mad. And I'm not saying he can't be mad, but if you're mad, then don't sign back. Just move on. Just move on. You know, if you're Fields, hey man, I thought I was done dirty. I felt like I had done enough. Even though he came out and said he hadn't done enough to keep the job. He literally came out and said that. So, Mark Malone, you got to stop, man. Just stop. It was cute before. Now it's annoying. Nobody's bringing Mac Jones and Danny Dimes and Rudolph. But, yeah, if Fields is mad, he can be mad. He can be mad. But then just don't come back. Or get over it. And let's do something. I mean, I don't know who the Steelers could use to move up. Who would they trade to get another first round pick? I mean, the only people that the Steelers have that they could trade to get a first round pick is T.J. Watt, maybe Alex Highsmith. I don't think Pickens is going to get you a first round pick. So, but at 21, I mean, 21 still going to get you a high quality player. I mean, it's not like 21 you're going to be getting the bottom of the barrel as far as football players. And if Fields wants to leave for more money, he can do that. But if I'm the Steelers, I don't break the bank for him. I mean, I'm not giving Fields no $30 million a year. He hadn't earned that. He can take 2 years at $30 million. I go, but he hasn't earned no $30 million a year. There ain't no way. Or nothing. And again, but you guys know my feelings on it. I am a big proponent of owners fighting back and not paying mediocre quarterback top dollar. Yeah, I'm not. I don't believe in that.
Basically played zone on the back of it. I mean, in a way, it was almost sort of became a box or a triangle and two.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, you can't. I mean, like Jacksonville paying all that money. Look what Daniel Jones got. Dak Prescott. Although I think Dak is still above average quarterback. $60 million a year for a guy that doesn't win in the playoffs. Come on. I mean, we're just not, I'm just not doing that. There's no reason that you have to go and pay top dollar for mediocre quarterback play. Doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense at all to me. Teams got to fight back, man. You got to fight back. So. Got to fight back. Justin Fields should be making the same amount as Geno Smith. In what world? Like, what has Justin Fields done to tell you that? He hasn't accomplished what Geno Smith has. He hasn't done what Geno Smith has done. Come on, man. Yeah, Geno earned his money. I mean, hell, Geno was a backup for damn near 10 years. And then earned his money. Justin Fields hadn't done that. Not even close. They are not the same guy. So no, he shouldn't be making that. Like I said, Justin Fields, you want to give him $15 million a year? Okay. I'm willing to go with that. But like 20, 25 million, I'm not willing. No way. He hadn't done anything. For instance, if Sam Darnold played last year for $10 million, why does Justin Fields need to play for any more than that? So, that's all I'm saying. Sam Darnold played for $10 million. Why should Justin Fields get more than that? That's my question. I don't think Fields has done anything to deserve more than that. Matter of fact, I know he hasn't. Not a matter of do I think. I know he hasn't done more. So. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Somebody's at my front door. I think I'm getting a package delivered. I don't think anybody is saying that they want to see another year of Fields. But another year of Fields is better than the alternative of a lot of other things. So that's the thing. Like, for instance, Mark, you keep talking about Mac Jones. Mac Jones is a horrible quarterback and has proven to be. I mean, proven to be bad. Why would you want him with the Steelers? So is Daniel Jones. Proven to be bad. Justin Fields, he was bad in Chicago, but he wasn't bad with the Steelers. It just wasn't. No matter what anybody tries to shape it, he was not bad with the Steelers. I'm not saying he was outstanding, but if you're trying to say he was bad, you're just lying. It's just that simple. Yeah, Fields has got to stop playing so safe. That's part of his problem. He's got to stop playing so safe. He sees a lot of stuff. He just doesn't trust his eyes. He doesn't trust his eyes. So, nah, I mean, Fields was bad in Chicago. I mean, the turnovers, I mean, he was bad. It wasn't all his fault. Don't get me wrong. I'm not blaming everything on him. But if you're saying that Fields, that was good quarterback play, you're kidding yourself. I mean, their line was horrible. The coaching was bad. But he had his flashes in Chicago. Hell, he had his flashes last year with the Steelers. You know? But yeah, having flashes doesn't mean he's good. It also doesn't mean he's bad. So, and there's nothing that you saw from Justin Fields last year with the Steelers that said, yeah, this is a bad quarterback. There's nothing that you saw that said that. Absolutely nothing. And I think that's part of the issue is like we didn't see anything bad. So I think people are like, since we didn't see anything bad, why not give that another chance? Give it an opportunity. Take the handcuffs off. Coach him up a little bit more. You know, give him some better weapons. Continue to build the offensive line and see what happens. Versus, well, he was 4-2 playing decent football, but screw it, we'll just move on. I don't think that's the play. I don't think that's the play at all, to be honest with you. So, I think he's just got to get better. Would I sign Slayton to be your number 2? I wanted the Steelers to trade for Darius Slayton last year. So, yeah, I have no problems with the Steelers getting Slayton. But I want more. I want more than that. I don't want that to be – I mean, if we have to settle for him, fine. I want the Steelers to spend money in free agency. Go after top-name guys and see if they come to Pittsburgh. Well, I mean, let's just be honest. Mike Tomlin didn't develop Ben Roethlisberger. I mean, his assistants did. So can we find somebody that can develop Fields? I don't know. I don't know. So, what's going on, Felicia?
In the lobby of the hotel, we wanted two guys, Shan got an assistant coach, obviously a basketball legend, New York City playground legend, and they introduced us to one of his buddies. Said, this is Jadakiss. And Jadakiss, the rap legend.
Yeah, I don't know about Lacey. I don't think anybody's going to find a Haley or Arians, but we got to find something. You got to find something. So that's part of the problem is we got to find something.
Yeah, well, you should have seen, man, all right, thank you for watching the collective. Thank you, Jackson.
I like him. I like him. I can never pronounce his name right, though. I can never pronounce his name right. So, but I definitely like him. I definitely like him. So not sure where we can get him. I don't even think it has to be a young offensive coordinator, just somebody with some different ideas, man. So I mean, Aaron Rodgers' name being brought up. What's up, Vaughn? I'm feeling much better today, man. Thank you for asking. No, taking a safety at 21 is malpractice. No way. Eric Bieniemy? I mean, it's not a horrible idea.
I think the world of Miles. I understand the business.
So.
I understand these things happen from time to time, but I expect Miles on our team this year, next year, the year after that.
I don't know if this is where the party's at. We can have a party here. Genti at 21 is not looking like the most likely bet. That's just what you want to happen.
It's similar to what Andrew Berry, their GM, told me yesterday.
So.
He told me, quote, Miles Garrett is unmovable. And I'm told by talking to people in the organization around the situation that's...
So let me ask you this question, Jeffrey Champion. Let's just say the Steelers draft a D lineman in the first round, a wide receiver in the second round. You want to draft Will Howard in the third round? You don't want a running back? You don't want another wide receiver? That's where you would want to go, is Will Howard in the third round? Come on, man. Come on. And for instance, you got to have more than just a good run in the college football playoff. Juju, 757. There's more running backs in the draft than just Hampton. Yeah, I mean, I get the fact that we need a running back, but Steelers could double dip it at wide receiver. They need to double dip at D-line, too. Absolutely, Jason. Overpay for offensive guard. Yeah, I'm invested in Will Howard. Hell, I played football at Kansas State. I do a podcast. I'm on Kansas State every week doing a podcast at Go Power Cat. So I am invested in Will Howard being well, but I just don't think he's the guy. I never did. So that's my thing. I think he'd be fine, and I'm not opposed to the Steelers drafting Will Howard. Third round is way too early. What's up, Arts Baby Doll? What's up, Capricorn Steel? Those guys are members, people. You guys are interested. You want to be a member of Steelers Almighty. We got a lot of content, man. Man, Tyrone, it really depends on how the draft falls, but you all know me. I'm Walter Nolan, if he's there, Grant, if he's there, I'm all for those guys, man. I am all for those guys in the first round. So, Ali, what up? What up? The 6'6" D lineman from Nebraska. You know what? I'll be honest with you. If he's there at 21, which he probably will be, I just wish he would be there with our next pick, and he's not gonna be. That's the problem. I think 21 is too high, but you know what? Sometimes you got to reach. So, I mean, it depends on what D linemen are around in the second, man. At that point, it's a crapshoot because you don't know who's going to be available. But if you take a D lineman in the first round, I'm not taking one in the second.
Because they just recently allotted so much money to the quarterback
So
position, which is some cost now. I do think giving
I don't think Mason Graham's going to fall out of the top 10. Why would he?
help them quite a bit, especially
I don't think he is at all.
player. But that being said, both guys available.
But maybe he does. I don't know. You never know what teams are going to do, man.
He's got uncommon ability in terms of a calm and feel in the pocket. Those are two really good things that I think.
You never know.
And so, here comes the fancy talk.
Yeah, Tyrone, you are crazy. You're not trading up for Mason Graham. No.
Where, guys are
The Steelers, first of all, what you would have to give up to trade him, the Steelers aren't a D tackle away. You're not trading up to go get him and giving up all that draft capital for a D tackle.
University of Miami, as well as
Yeah, I do think the Steelers are going to double dip in the draft. I also think the Steelers are going to be a player in free agency on D line. So yeah,
the guys around him,
yeah.
which is probably the best thing you can ever say about a quarterback.
I would say to counter that, though, you're talking about convincing
I don't think anybody fits Mike Tomlin's offense. So I think they would have to tailor their offense around Stafford's talents if that were to happen. So, yeah, man, the draft is coming to Pittsburgh in 2026. I've got a feeling I need to be there. I need to be there. We'll see. We'll see. A lot going on between now and then.
Whoever has number one, that's been my goal since before the season. It's my goal now. Whoever has that number one.
But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. I think free agency, I think we got to hit it hard, man.
Versatile impact I can have in the game. I can play multiple positions. I really showed
Let me look.
this previous year, our playoff games where I'm at my best.
Let me look at this real quick, people. I'm not ignoring you. Just typing in some stuff. I mean, that Geno Smith, people keep talking about bringing him in. I mean, he's 34.
And a lot of teams do too.
I don't know.
He's about 90% healthy and expects to be 100% by pro day.
We'll see.
It doesn't matter where he goes. He knows
Man, I don't know how much it costs to go to the draft. I'm not sure that there's actually draft tickets. I think it's because where they hold it, I think it's free to actually go.
a lot of teams are interested.
So, well, everybody could have drafted Geno Smith. I mean, he was a second-round pick. I mean, but at the time, we had Ben Roethlisberger, so there was no need to draft Geno Smith.
So, at that point, we say, look, we're adding good football players to the team. They let Harold Landry, who's been their best pass rusher, trade, and basically made that announcement today.
I think the draft is first come, first serve in the building. Or if it's outside. I don't know how it works, to be honest with you. I've never been, and I've never even looked into it.
Quarterback market through free agency. So, look, I'm never going to fault the team.
No. The Steelers absolutely need a defensive lineman. Now, obviously, it's going to depend on what they do in free agency, but in the first or second round, Steelers got to get a D lineman.
For the Titans, they just may feel like that's exactly where they're sitting at the top.
My dog is snoring. See? There she is over there in the corner. Little English bulldog. She's snoring. That's what she does. That's what she does. She doesn't leave my side often. When I'm home by myself, my wife's at work. But yeah, at Capricorn Steel, I think I might go too. We should have a Steelers Almighty watch party at the draft in 2026. We should just all get together. I think that'd be fun. We got to figure out something. Everybody could bring their phones. We could all live stream. So I think we need to start planning it now. And we meet up, get to the draft. I think that would be crazy. Everybody could live stream. I'll stream it on the phone, and we could all be together, and we could have some fun, man. Now, I'm warning y'all, I can still go. I'm almost 50 years old. I can still go. Now, I can't go long. I can party one night, so y'all gonna have to pick one night to party. I can't do 2. I can't do 3. I'm too old. But one night, I can get after it still. So, and I'll let y'all decide, but that's the plan. 2026 draft in Pittsburgh. We're all going. So, would I bring back Hargrove? Absolutely. Absolutely, I'd bring him back. I talked about that in our podcast on Friday. Arch, baby, you can't do one night. Yeah, you can. For the draft, you can do one night. And who said it has to be all night? That one night could be from 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock. It don't have to be all night long. See, that's the misconception. Okay? Nobody says it's got to be all night long. That's the misconception. You know, it doesn't have to be till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. You think I'm doing that? Shoot. No. But, yeah, I would bring back Hargrove in a heartbeat. Yeah, I talked about it on the podcast on Friday. I'd bring him back. Absolutely. Yeah, I have to get you guys working on it because I don't live in Pittsburgh, so I'll let you guys tell us where. Or maybe we just actually go where. Depends on where they have the draft. Depends on where the draft actually is. So it'll be fun, though. It'll be fun. I'm planning on going to a couple of days in training camp this year, too. That's what I'm planning on doing. So, you know, I don't know. As far as when I have another mock draft, I may have another one tomorrow. I'm still working on putting together a mock where just putting together a full episode of where we take a D lineman in the first round. Then we take a wide receiver in the first round. Then we take a quarterback in the first round with all different positions, and then we put that all together. So I'm working on how to actually do that so we can make a podcast, some good content for you guys. Arch Baby, I have not been to training camp. So I'm planning on doing. I got a vacation right before then, but I'm planning on trying to go for 3 or 4 days. So we'll see. Do you go every year? Okay. Yeah, I haven't been, but I would love to go. So I think that's my goal. Me and my producer, the guy that does all the graphics. Oh, nice. And maybe we do that too. Steelers Almighty family. Maybe we go to training camp this year. You know, if you live close and you want to go, maybe we do that. See, I've been to a Super Bowl, but it wasn't the Steelers Super Bowl. I went to that bum Super Bowl, the Raiders against Tampa out in San Diego. I went to that Super Bowl. No, it don't. It don't. It don't count. So.
Retiring after 20 seasons, ending one of the greatest careers in women's basketball history, period.
We have the most expensive defense. No, it's not working. But that doesn't mean that we still can't go get defensive players. The thing about it is that we just don't have all the right defensive players. So, no, I'm not your dad. So we just don't have the right defensive players. That's all. and we're spending money. Yeah, we definitely got to spend money on offense, but we got to spend money on, like, we can't ignore the cornerback position. We can't ignore that. We got to address it. We have to address defensive line. We have to. Because we can't keep trying to patch up the cornerback position with 1-year wonders, old guys. We just have to address it. So we just have to address it. That's all. We definitely need guards. You know that I've been a big person on offensive guards. And Isaac is fine. But I'm big in trying to overpay for a guard. I'm big on that. So, will a guard help the offense? 1,000%. 1,000%. So, you know what? They talked about trading for Jair Alexander. If we do that, I'm fine. But the trade, if we do that, is going to be for George Pickens. Y'all do get that, right? Like, if we trade for Jair Alexander, it's going to be George Pickens or a third-round draft pick. Cornerback or defensive line, is it going to help the offense? No, but it'll help the team. And ultimately, that will help the offense. Yeah, people, and I get the frustration talking about it that we spent all this money on defense, but you just can't ignore the offense or the defense. Like, the defensive line has to be retooled and it has to be younger. So you have to address it. You have to address it. You can't just ignore those positions just because you need to spend money on offense. Steelers got a ton of money. They need to spend it everywhere. So I'm for it, but I'm for spending the money the right way. We understand we can't score points. At the end of the year, we couldn't stop people from scoring either. That's right, Arch Baby Doll. The team needs to be younger, faster, and more explosive. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that. At all positions. At all positions. I heard it today again on ESPN. Somebody said, well, the Steelers, if they just take, if they get a quarterback, if they got Matthew Stafford, they already have an elite defense. I'm like, an elite defense? What are you talking about? You don't have an elite defense. No. Broderick Jones has never played guard. Hell, he had never played right tackle before he did last year. No, we're not one anything away from a chip. If Broderick takes a step back, we got to go back into the draft and take a tackle. First of all, I'm not sure that they don't address that with some off-season acquisition to put a little pressure on the kid. Yeah, you're the starter, but you got to play. So, Jones is a Pro Bowl left tackle. That's about as big a stretch as I think I've ever heard. Because if he was a Pro Bowl left tackle, he'd have played left tackle last year. Come on now. I'm not saying he don't have the ability. You've heard me say that a million times, but to just say he's a Pro Bowl left tackle, that's crazy talk. Nobody takes a Pro Bowl left tackle and we're just going to play him somewhere else. No, you're not going to do that.
Very, very visible. Let me just say that it's normal for Nico Harrison to be out there in that spot.
Oh, this is a good one from a man, Carl. It says, what do you think about Roman Wilson? Will he overtake Calvin for the number 2 spot? Well, first of all, that's part of the problem, is that Calvin Austin shouldn't be a number 2 receiver. He should be a number 3. And will Roman Wilson overtake it? I don't know.
Drama. I was sort of just smiling.
So
It's not something we normally see before our February basketball game.
Were we happy this reunion happened in LA because the Hollywood and all the drama?
a top 25 to 32 quarterback range.
No, obviously, the Dallas aspect of it.
I have no idea why they didn't make Dan. Like, what was the loyalty to Dan Moore Jr.? I have no clue why they didn't tell him, if you want to be on the Steelers, you got to play right tackle. You got to learn how to play right tackle. You're not playing left tackle. That's what this guy is doing. So, absolutely, Capricorn Steel. Calvin Austin as a number 3 is incredible. Is incredible. You know, I would love it. So,
And to make the other Lakers beat them. And the Lakers did. And Luka did. He had 12 assists. And he read the game and made it happen. He also did shoot well. He's not been shooting well generally. He's coming off his calf injury.
but we'll see, man. I'm excited for the next couple of weeks. How do you pay for the chat? Super chat is in the bottom. That little $sign in the chat, you can hit that. They're wide open. A lot of people are members. There's a couple members in here. Arch Baby Doll and Capricorn Steel are members. They've been big time members from day one, man. Love their support. Love those guys. They've helped us. Do I think they draft a D tackle in the first 2 rounds or skill positions? I don't think they're going to take 2 D tackles if that's what you're asking. I think they're going to take 1 in the first 2 rounds. I don't think they're going to go 2. So.
Players, coaches, the staff, and so for him, there'll be some things specifically with his game.
Yeah, I don't think Dan Moore, his position flexibility. The thing of that makes you crazy is that Dan Moore, the first 9 games of the year, was on track to get himself about a $20 to $22 million a year contract. And that all went by the wayside. So, Arts Baby Doll, I think that the Steelers really, I believe they're going to go D-line in the first round. If one of those guys is there, I think they're going to do it. Either Harmon, Nolan, or Grant, I think they're going to take them in the first round. I appreciate it, Vaughn. Thank you, man. We do our best. We do our best, man. And if y'all don't know, I am just a Pittsburgh Steeler fan. I played football in college. I got a little knowledge. I don't claim to be smarter than anybody else, but the one thing that I am is 100% honest. I'm just 100% honest. I don't fake anything. I don't lie about anything. I give my opinion, but I'm honest. So, will we get a wide receiver in free agency or a corner? And I think we got to get both. Yeah, I don't think it's an either or. The Steelers better not be thinking either or I'll be pissed. Hell, throw D lineman in there too. We got the money. Go get all of it. And how many times have we seen teams just go get guys that they need? I'm not saying you have to pay $70 million a piece for everybody, but teams spend money on free agents. The Steelers just haven't. So that's why it's kind of a foreign concept to Steeler fans, because we never do. So that's where the issue is that we just don't, we haven't spent money on outside free agents like that. Last year, Patrick Queen got the highest contract for a free agent in the history of the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, if Fields doesn't sign with the Steelers, who's to blame? Man, I don't know. Remember, the one thing about all this, it takes 2 to tango. So if he doesn't sign with the Steelers, maybe he didn't want to come back. You know what I'm saying? Maybe somebody paid more money for it. There's no way the Jets are going to swap Pickens for Garrett Wilson. I wish they would, Vaughn, but they're not going to do that. So, no, Garrett Wilson is a better receiver than George Pickens, man. All day, every day, and twice on Sunday. That's right. Last year, they sat and watched all the free agent wide receivers. I don't think they necessarily liked the class, but their thing, they sat and got teased by Brandon Ayuk, got played as the side piece when most people knew he was never coming. Yeah, you're right. No, Brock Purdy was never an option, man. Hold on. I think I missed something. Whoop. Oh. Yeah. I take that. Ohio State wide receivers. They've been crazy the last 5 years. Wide receiver from Dallas. Who? CeeDee Lamb? Yeah, the Cowboys aren't going to let him go. They wouldn't let him go. We try to run deep, man. Dowd is a running back. Rico Dowd. Yeah, he's a running back. Now, that's somebody I wouldn't mind the Steelers signing. Don't be sorry. It's fine. I don't want there to be anything to the Danny Dimes rumor, Mark Malone. I don't want there to be anything to that. The best receiver still in Ohio State. Going to be there another 2 years, isn't he? That kid is incredible. Him and that kid from Alabama. Hey, hell, Ryan Williams only turned 18 like 2 months ago. That's insane. Whew. No, Larry O has got to go. Steelers can't keep him around. It makes no sense. Makes no sense. Yeah, he didn't. Saves the Steelers $7 million in cap space. So does Cole. A quick way, I don't know if anybody saw, and I've talked about it a couple times, but I did my podcast last Friday. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out, man. There's an easy way for the Steelers to get to about $90 million in cap space. Get rid of Larry O, cut Cole Holcomb, cut Dean Lowry, and cut Cordero Patterson. You do that to top off the bump that they got because the salary cap went up and the space. Oh, and by the way, also you extend TJ Watt. You do those moves right there. The Steelers have $90 million in cap space. So, a podcast is called Steelers Almighty. Just go to it and you'll be able to find it, man. It's under podcast channels. We do one every week. Every week, we do 2 lives a week. I get on here in these little town hall sessions. So, yeah, it's 90 mil. You make those moves, the Steelers can have $90 million in cap space. Then you got money to throw around. I mean, and those aren't even difficult decisions. You know what I'm saying? Like, the decision to get rid of Mika Fitzpatrick or trade him or restructure. Now, you know me, the decision for me on Mika isn't hard at all. But that's at least something you have to think about, you know. But extending TJ Watt, that's not a hard decision. Cutting Dean Lowry and Cole Holcomb, those aren't hard decisions. You know, cutting Cordero Patterson and Dean Lowry, Those aren't hard decisions. So you haven't even made any hard decisions and you're at $90 million. So that's the whole thing. So that's all that has to be done. And you know they're going to extend TJ Watt. You know that's happening. And I mean, I'll be honest with you. If they don't cut Cole Holcomb and Larry Ogunjobi, I'll never stop saying Omar Khan should be fired. I'll never stop saying it until the day it happens. I'll never stop. So.
All the money they sank into this team and this roster, if it's not gonna happen, why jeopardize the future of the player, like you said?
Byron Murphy's the corner that I want, James, from Minnesota. I want him first and DJ Reed second. Jadavius Ward, I want him too. He would be my third.
So you look at the standings, Jay, and there are another 2 games out of the 10th seed, which means they're still technically competing for the play-in, but they're at 7 games out of the 9th seed. So really, there's 7 right now that have to potentially be
Yeah.
play-in. But then you have to pivot it around, looking where they are in the opposite standings, reverse.
There's zero chance that the Steelers can keep Cole Holcomb. That makes no sense. And look, we love the story about Cole Holcomb. I get it. But Cole Holcomb is lucky to even be running around with he had nerve damage in his knee. And you can save $6 million. What you hope is Peyton Wilson. If that's what we really want, have Peyton Wilson take the green dot then. And that's what you hope, is that Peyton Wilson, that's why we drafted him, to take the next step. That makes more sense. Give him the green dot. So,
Yeah, they get the Knicks tonight, New York coming off.
I hope TJ moves around. So I don't think Queen is done. Patrick Queen's only 26 years old. He's not done. I think he's 26. He might only be 25. But Patrick Queen is far from done. I'm not saying he had the greatest year last year, but he's not done. Yeah, he's 25 years old. So, yeah, Patrick Queen's not done. Yeah, he's far from done. Again, I'm not saying he had the greatest year, but it wasn't horrible. Like some people are trying to make Patrick Queen out like he had a horrible season. That's not true. Do we want it to be better? Yes, but it wasn't horrible.
Please let my team draft the right prospect.
PFF, man, look. Y'all are gonna if you I know you're kind of new here. I think you're new here, James. To me, PFF is just a tool. PFF is a tool, but trust your eyes more than you trust PFF. Because I know 2 people, take that back. I know one person who breaks down the film for Pro Football Focus. I know him. He's been to my house. His wife and my wife are best friends. I know how much he knows about football. And he's one of the guys that breaks down film. From me to you, trust your eyes more than you trust PFF. That's all I'm saying. So, that's all I'm saying. Yeah, PFF is a tool. I'm not saying it's all bad. I would never say that because that's not true. PFF has its place. But, like I mentioned, trust your eyes more than you trust that. So, don't worry about it, James. We'll get you up to speed, brother. And if you have a question about stuff, I like to break down football in the simplest terms so somebody who's never watched it can understand. I feel like that's important, man. I feel like people that if they ask me a question about something, it's my job to tell them. And again, I'm not the guru of football. I don't even try to be. I don't act like it. But I can tell you what I know. So, No, Arch Baby Dog, you are just fine. You are just fine.
You can find a franchise back round three and
GP not a true number one.
wide receiver.
No, he's not.
Oh, this was an easy one for me. I'm gonna go to TCU, and that's dynamic. And
You know what, Arch Baby Dog? I'll be honest. I mean, the combine is fine. Basically, what the combine really is to see if guys take it seriously and are going to actually work out for their profession. You know, that's what it's for. Teams get fooled all the time in the combine. Oh, this guy ran this and this guy ran that, and they forget what you actually saw on tape of them playing real football. But basically, what the combine is just an athletic interview. That's all that it is. That's what it's used for. So think about a job that you went to and you had to go perform, and they told you this is what you need to do, and we're going to give you 3 months to get ready for it. So you can be the best you could possibly be at answering these questions. And you know what the questions are. So it's not like you don't know. You know what they are. That's what the combine is for. That's literally what it is. So it's not an auction. And please, I hope you're not going down the road of where people try to say that the NFL, oh, it's like slavery, a slave auction. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Please. And I'm not saying that's the route you're going, but please don't go down that road. Who would you take if you had the number one pick? I really like Penn State Carter. Who has it? Tennessee? Yeah, I would take Carter's the best player in the draft. He's better than Travis Hunter. And that doesn't mean Travis Hunter is third. It just means that Abdul Carter is the best. Oh, y'all are talking about Pickens. Yeah, Pickens' route tree. That's why he needs somebody on the other side that can run routes and get open. Because that's Pickens. I mean, maybe he can run other routes. Maybe he can. I don't know, but we've never seen it. He runs a go route, a post, and a flag. That's about it. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Harvey. Some guys definitely benefit from the combine. It happens every year. Every single year. Somebody runs a time that you didn't think they were going to run, even though they didn't show it on the football field, but because they run it at the combine, there you go. So, all right, people. I got a John Ross. You tag on right. Who was it from Boston College? I can't remember. He went to the Eagles and got drafted. He was like a second or third round pick. And then all of a sudden he had a crazy workout and he ended up going 7th to the Eagles. And he was absolutely horrendous in the NFL. I mean,
Liberty Mutual is all she talks about since we paid hundreds of them in our home and auto insurance.
I think his name was Mike something. Mike Mamula. Yes, Mike Mamula. Mike Mamula. Lord have mercy. Was like a second or third round guy. Damn it, goes to the combine. Incredible. So, James, who would you have fired? O-line coach? Yes. I absolutely would have gotten rid of Pat Myers. But yeah, Mike Mamula. Y'all remember him. Yeah, Capricorn Steel. Absolutely. No, Carl, you wouldn't have heard that name for a while, man. You wouldn't have heard that name for a while. No. You wouldn't have heard that name for a while. He is, I remember. Man. And here's another workout warrior. Y'all remember Matt Jones. Remember, Matt Jones was a quarterback for Arkansas. Ended up running like a 4.3, and he was like 6'5", and he was a receiver. Couldn't run a route, couldn't catch a football, but went in the first round. Lord have mercy. Whew. Mike Mamula. Couldn't tackle us. So here it is. In 1995, he was one of the first players to train specifically for the combine. Like his whole workout was for the combine. Don't remind us of Swede, James. Don't do that to us Steeler fans. We're trying to forget that. But he was a 38 and a half inch vertical, 26 reps at 225, had a Wonderlic of 49, and he ran the 40 at 4.37. No, that wasn't him. That was Matt Jones. Whatever he ran the 40, it was outstanding. 3-cone drill, all of it. So, Savion Williams. I like everything about Savion Williams. Everything about him. Except he can't catch the football. He runs good routes. He's fast. He's big. Except he doesn't catch the football. Oh. Oh, well. It's crazy, man. It's crazy what goes on. All right, you guys, man, I'm going to jump out of here. I appreciate everybody showing up. We'll be live tomorrow morning if you guys have time and you're available. We'll be live at 10 Central Time, or 10 Eastern, 9 Central tomorrow. So if you guys are available, that is when we will be live tomorrow for another show. So trying to keep these things rolling during the off season and just keep talking to you guys as much as possible, man. I love it. I absolutely love it. You guys make this fun. So I appreciate you. Again, if you're not subscribed, make sure you do. And if you're not a member, take a look at what the membership stuff does, man. You would like it on that side. So, you want to be a member, make sure you sign up for that. We got 5 separate levels. So I appreciate you guys, man. Talk to you soon.